What's going on everybody, this is Mehul and welcome to your 32nd AngularJS tutorial, and in this tutorial we'll be continuing with our creating to-do list application in AngularJS part 4. So far what we have did is we have almost completed our application, which allows us to add some tasks and mark them as complete, which applies a little CSS to that. So that's pretty much what our application is doing for now. So in this tutorial what I want to do is I want to show you guys how you can create or how you can change these static tasks to editable tasks. So for example, a user misspelled the task at the time of entering that and wants to edit that, then instead of removing the task itself and writing the whole task again, you could simply edit it here after watching this tutorial. So let's get started. Now to achieve this thing we have a couple of approaches. The first one is that you create a ghost input type here, this one, and keep it hidden somehow with CSS, and then you just populate it with one task dot task message and then bind it with the same thing. Instead of this, what we can do is we can simply move this out right here, and I'll simply write ng model one task dot task message. Now what I can do is whenever this receives ng double click, and I hope this is something, I want to content edit. Now whenever this span receives a double click, I want to make this span tag content editable, and we can easily do that with JavaScript or with CSS as well. No, I guess not with CSS, but yeah, we can make that with JavaScript, or we can make use of the content editable HTML attribute. Let's try this out. So I would like to register another function here, scope dot content edit is a function, and what I want to do is I want that event dot target, whenever this is clicked, dot content editable. This is the JavaScript property, and why not we just add it here, and here we can just do, or a cleaner approach would be okay. So what I'm trying to do here is, first of all, I registered a double click event on the span tag, so this function fires off whenever there's a double click on the span, and inside this I'm receiving the span as event.target, and content editable is a HTML attribute which I can get access to with JavaScript as well. So I'm just triggering or just toggling this, so whenever there's a double click, and if this is false then it will turn to true, and if it is true then it will turn to false. Let's just take a look if that works or not. Let's just add a task. Let's just see for any error messages. Okay, so let's just console log something. Okay, so the event's firing, but property isn't changing. Alright. Let's do some debugging. Okay, so we are getting hold of right thing. That shouldn't be a problem. And what about this property right here? Okay, so we are getting everything right then. Oh, okay, I guess this is being treated as a string. Okay, never mind, let's just follow the conventional approach. If, or let's just say boolx is false, then this should be true, otherwise be false. Now that's a neat shorthand for that. Okay, we still have some problems, I guess. Okay, oh, I guess we can't do that like that. So let's just directly operate upon that, because boolx is actually storing that value. It's not working with that DOM child anymore. I should have realized that. Oh, I guess I left that right here. Let's see. Okay, so I guess I got a text editor here. Alright, so that looks cool. Now we need to style this a little bit. So if it let's see if we can do something about that. Now this is content editable, so what we can do is we can just span content is true. Then I just want to turn background a little bit of gray and a padding of 3 pixels, so that the user is just aware that the editor has kicked in. So you see, now I can edit the task and hit enter, but nothing happens because we have not registering for the enter event yet. Okay, so with this content editable false ng double click and ng model, now we have to make use of a ng key up as well here, but we'll do that in the next tutorial because it's already 8 minutes for this one. And that's it for this one, and if you liked it, then don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching. I'll see you then in the next tutorial.